And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Search Protector Podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I am Alex Midway. I have risen, and I have not, well, technically, I haven't even died. So, suck on that, 2-year-old chicken.
Alex 1, Jesus 0.
Yeah. I mean, technically, well, I guess he's got one on me because I technically did not die. I just survived it. It wasn't even that bad.
You wouldn't have to resurrect if you didn't die in the first place.
Good job, loser.
Yeah. Eat it, Bible.
It tasted weird. It tasted a lot more rubbery. But honestly, for something from February of 2023, I felt like it was still edible. I just, my take on pepper, like black pepper. Not a huge fan. And it was 90% black pepper because I think that's the one taste that doesn't degrade over time. So it really stuck out.
Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're not recording from your toilet.
Just a lot of pauses in between. Like,
yeah.
Oh God, another one came out. Just wretches coming out the front and the back holes.
Just hit that mute button between flushes, and we should be okay.
So, all right. Well, speaking of flushing things, let's talk about Teslas. Because last time, there's a lot of S's in Tesla. Sometimes there's two. Well, last we left you, boys and girls, it was 330. It went up to 335, went down to 329 as of minutes before this recording. So as we get closer to the tax credits going away, like it's gone up, it's gone down. And the reason it's actually gone down today, 335 was yesterday, is they may have suffered a legal setback in California when Judge Rita Lynn on Monday evening Monday evening, so that's after it went up to 335. She granted a plaintiff's motion for class certification in a lawsuit about Tesla's driver assistance technology. What that essentially equates to, from what I understood, it kind of makes it a class action, but it's only one guy can do it. The plaintiffs allege that Tesla misrepresented the company technology. Like, one guy is able to bring about this suit for everybody. So that's kind of what that is. And it's another legal issue for them. Tax credits are going away, but somehow stock has gone up and gone down less than 1%.
Yeah, I believe with class action, it's only one lawsuit, and it goes from like, you misrepresented, so I want $2 million, turns into it's one guy representing basically 100, everybody who bought a Tesla. It was like, we won $2 quadrillion, just making up numbers like, the current administration will.
We only get about 5% of it after lawyer fees, but seriously, we would like all this money for our lawyers.
They better call salt this one.
Stand up
luckily,
guy.
There's no more consumer affairs. It's not a real big priority these for these next 3 years. He'll skate.
I mean, essentially, all Elon's got to do is roll up to the White House, drop off a gold Tesla, and be on his merry way running over school kids on their way home. Like, whatever. You're literally selling get out of jail free cards. Like, they're not free. You just got to give them some gold garbage.
Yeah, and people wonder why nobody hates Luigi. I don't know. It's weird.
And the Subway sub guy. That's a duo right there. If Newsom doesn't run, Luigi and the Subway guy. Get him out there. Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. Slightly effeminate face of the revolution, but I am fully behind it. You want to launch a BMT at a guy? That's the big crime wave you're worried about in DC? Great. Let's do it.
That sub throw is about the same sub throw that broke a Tesla Cybertruck's window. But I do like this guy a lot more. Honestly, but you are missing out on an amazing opportunity to market a freedom sub. Just whatever that guy had and put $1 towards his defense fund, you would make a killing.
If Subway released the End Tyranny Now steak and cheese, you'd sell billions. It would be a cow massacre or whatever, wherever they get their quote meat unquote.
Yeah, BLTF. The F is for freedom.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, freedom.
Yeah. Like, it might not be tuna, but you feel more patriotic when you eat it. So go F yourselves.
Why is food product in quotations?
Taco Bell is like, yeah, we also sometimes put in some meat here and there. You guys sometimes use bread. It is what it is.
You
Like,
shut your commie little mouth when it comes to the bell.
listen, man, you get a 99-cent freaking like any sort of a meat product, like it's not real meat. Like you should know this.
I will end this podcast immediately. One more stupid word comes out of your face regarding the taco. Taco Bell's been there for you way more times than the Bible has.
Now, did I insult Taco Bell? I'm stating facts. Like, that byproduct, whatever they do, is amazing. It's like the hot dog. Like, I've had a bunch of people come at me and be like, oh, you know what goes into a hot dog? Like, I don't know, man, but what comes out is delicious. That thing is amazing, and I like to eat it. Like, it rolls around on the floor. I'm like, that's got to be one tasty floor, because this Big Bite is doing all right in my mouth.
All I know is, looking at the Taco Bell menu right now, I am starving. And frankly, we don't even need your money. Just send us whatever that cool gift card is that you give celebrities where we never have to pay for Taco Bell again. We will change this to the Live Moss podcast today.
I mean, send us some old food. You know, chicken doesn't kill me. So, I mean, your stupid burritos ain't going to do anything on my belly.
Well, I agree. It's definitely not guacamole. Whatever your green sauce is still delicious.
One more word out of your mouth and I'm ending this podcast. Like, I can't say anything bad about the actual meat or meat byproducts, but you can take a dump over guac.
You have a lot of connotation and negativity in your voice when talking about the bell, and I'll have none of it. When you love someone as much as I do, you can crap all over it. You don't have that love in your heart.
I do have that love in my heart. I know their faults, and I still stay with them.
Taco Bell 1, Bible 0.
Fair enough. Real savior.
Yes.
Let's move on to other saviors. Let's do a quick Ukraine update. So the whole thing with the meeting with Trump and Putin ended. Absolutely nothing happened there, other than the fact that we gave audience to a warmongering dictator, and U.S. troops were literally on their hands and knees rolling out a red carpet for this guy when he landed in Alaska. The fact that no one really has brought much attention to it is wild. Like, the amount of time they spend, like, look at Joe Biden looking at a watch, like, cool. How about U.S. service members on their hands and knees crawling around for a dude from Russia? Like, F you.
Yeah, a war criminal wanted in, like, every first world country we have.
Yeah.
Also, not ever mentioned in this, did you see the video of Trump walking around the red carpet waiting for Putin?
I saw him walking up to it when he was bobbing all over the place like a little pinball.
Yeah, he is, put it to you this way. If he got pulled over 3 a.m. leaving a Taco Bell, he was not going to be walking a straight line.
Yeah,
and he doesn't drink. So is it dementia giving him drop foot or something?
I mean, I would imagine uppers would keep him nice and awake depending on what it is, but the fact that we haven't heard anything from Jake Tapper, who seemed to like to pile on Joe Biden, but he's real quiet now. It's weird how that works.
Yeah. It's almost like we're keeping with that one-sidedness of all legacy media.
Yeah. One guy is not keeping it one-sided, and we'll get to that one later on. But let's steamroll ahead here, just like how Trump steamrolled over the fact that he's going to try to do tariffs, and he wasn't, and then yada yada. So after the whole meeting ended with Putin. A lot of people have realized that Trump tends to, he has a memory, again, of a goldfish. So the last person who talked to him, he's like, yeah, that's the view I'm going to roll with. So at that point, Zelensky scheduled a meeting to come down to D.C. and went down and pulled a Macklemore and stopped by the old thrift shop to get himself a brand new suit so he doesn't get yelled at when JD looks up from behind his couch. And a bunch of the actual leaders actually arrived, from the EU, and they're all down here just trying to make Trump understand, that guy ain't your friend, homie.
You know, that's what real love is about. It's ignoring logic and all of your friends and close colleagues and just going, no, this is the one.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened on the next part. So what's it called? Macron is sitting next to Trump, and apparently this wasn't supposed to be aired, but it was a hot mic. So Trump is looking over at Macron and he's like, I think he wants to make a deal. I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand that? As crazy as it sounds. And Macron turns to him, and it's the same look like if you've ever been in a club and you got your one super drunk buddy, and then he turns to his other friend, he's like, bro, I think Mercedes the stripper likes me for who I am. And that's the look the one sober friend just gives him back. Be like, he doesn't care about you. Like, he's just there for your money. When that wallet is empty, he's gone. Like, it's the same thing. Like, Macron looks at him, he's like, what the F are you talking about?
Well, I have never been that friend, obviously. But if you're listening, Karma, call me back.
So, I mean, right now, since all the EU leaders were over there and down there in Washington, D.C., and Zelensky was there, Putin wanted to also show that he is part of it. He's taking this whole negotiating very seriously. And Russia went ahead and decided to launch the biggest drone strike and missile strike they have this month as these negotiations are talking. And they're still trying to capture the Donbass region. And much of the actual stuff that they're asking for is the entire Donbass region. And one thing that's come out is Putin said, like, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of cool with some security guarantees for Ukraine. Like, you know, we'll let them happen, and as long as you guys give me more territory. And I don't think it's the fact that he actually cares about like the security guarantees, because he's probably to roll right over.
So I just came to me. Like you were talking about with Subway missing a huge opportunity here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if Ukraine, this war was supposed to be over in 3 days, is still kicking ass and taking names, you know, almost 4 years later, this is France's opportunity to just enter the war straight up and just get rid of all of those dropped rifle jokes that we've always been making forever and ever and ever. This is where France could show up.
They've talked about it. I mean, they don't have a very good track history. They're always like talking about them holding the old white flag and everything else. And yeah, send a couple of those elite boys overseas and really do some, what's it called? Image rehabbing, so to speak.
Yeah, imagine the imagine the marketing opportunity to never hear anything about how terrible they are and how they gave up immediately. They could come beat Russia on land, which has never been done. This is your chance. Do it, France. And then show us again how that revolution works.
Bring them on out. But going back to it, in case France does not enter the war, one of the reasons that Putin might be all in on allowing these security guarantees is because of the Budapest Memorandum. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
So, back in 1994, it was a bunch of agreements that were signed that provided security assurances to Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. This is after the Soviet Union had broken up, and these three nations over here, they had some of the nukes because they were part of the USSR. So, in exchange for their commitment to the Treaty for Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, as not nuclear weapon states, they went ahead and gave up all their actual nukes and transferred all those weapons to Russia for dismantling. And they had commitments from the United States, United Kingdom, and Russia to respect their independence, sovereignty, and existing borders of Ukraine. And we all know how that worked out.
Going pretty well.
Yeah. So, on here, I mean, I like to keep things a little bit light. I like to circle back and try to find the good side and everything. So I'd like to go ahead and circle back to how the royal peacemaker Donald is doing. Last week, we were told that the threat of sanctions is what brought Vladimir Putin to the negotiation table. But there's new marching orders, so try to keep up. This week, Marco Rubio is saying that if we do any kind of sanctions right now, that's going to actually ruin the whole thing, and he won't want to make a deal. So that's why we're not doing sanctions, even though last week the threat of sanctions brought him here. This week, we got to change it up. It's 6D chess, okay? So just keep it going, and in case you're wondering why we're not trying to bleed the Soviet war-footed economy, that's why. But the good thing is, people are starting to notice that Trump is a peacemaker. EU members have reached out to him, and they're having problems with Viktor Orban, the president of Hungary. And Orban's been pretty much, he's been licking Putin's boots for a while, and he's been trying to block the whole thing about Ukraine getting into the EU. And Trump said he would talk to him. And that's kind of cool, because if this happens, then there's a chance that Trump can also set up a meeting between Zelensky and Putin. And if that works out, they can also do a three-way meeting with Zelensky, Putin, and Trump, and they can hold it in a place called Budapest. And if they call it the Budapest Memorandum, this time for real, we're really going to honor it.
So history has a chance to repeat itself as long as everybody wants peace and not money and is willing to just let Russia do whatever they want.
Yeah. Like, listen, you just gotta, and I do like how they keep calling it, what's it called, territorial exchanges. Like, bro, like, it's not an exchange. An exchange is if I give you $20 and you give me a 12-pack of beer. In this one, it's like, cool, Russia invaded you, you should give them this land. Like, okay, what do I get? Like, I don't know, down the line, you might have a chance to join a cool club. Like, okay, what about any kind of land? Like, not a chance. Like, that's not a territorial exchange. Like, it's just freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. But also, is Ukraine, once this is done, and I firmly believe this will be done at some point, Ukraine is 100% getting nukes again.
One can only hope.
I mean, this is like telling the 2A crowd, you're like, just give your guns away, and then someone breaks into your house, and you're like, I am never, ever, ever leaving myself. I am showering with this gun from here on out.
Like, freaking suitcase nukes for every person in the populace. Like, F around, find out, man. Let's go.
Yeah. So even if something's struck here in the next, what's the normal go to? 10 to 12 days?
I mean, it's usually one day, but it's 10 to 12 days. If it's for Putin, it's 17 years.
Yeah. No matter what's said, no matter what's signed, especially since Trump let that guy from Silk Road out, Zelensky is black marketing a bunch of nukes. Not a doubt in my mind.
I mean, hopefully it happens before the fourth Trump presidency.
Yeesh. On to some lighter notes. Those damn runaway Democrats from Texas headed back home on Monday after a 2-week hideout in Chicago. The Dems famously booked it to stop Governor Hot Wheels from obtaining a quorum and forcing another gerrymandering session to give Trump the 5 extra House seats he demanded from Texas. So did the Dems force Abbott to take a big step back from Trump and try doing his job fairly in a bipartisan way that puts the power back in the hands of Texans? Yeehaw, not a chance. Instead, they secured a deal with future President Gavin Newsom to get California to start gerrymandering in retaliation to keep the House seats even Steven.
Now, technically, what California is going to be doing is it's actually a will of the people. What Newsom is doing is awesome. He actually asked the voters, he's like, listen, I'm going to put this onto the ballot. So if you guys want to gerrymander the F out of this to keep up with Texas doing this stupid thing, then yeah. Whereas Texas is out there doing it like, we don't care what the people say. We're passing this. We don't care about how many of you are there. We're just here to bow down to this Orange King in D.C. Like, we're here to worship the swamp.
Oh, whoa. In Texas's defense, they were going to bow down to whatever's red anyways, but more on that later. So, upon arrival, the ramped-up Governor Abbott had a new, super fun, legally questionable tactic to keep those Dems from peacing out again and blocking the quorum. Permission slips. All right, now hear me out. Yes, permission slips, just like the ones you had in elementary school when you had to go pee. The governor forced armed escorts from the Department of Public Safety onto the runaway Dems to keep them in House chambers unless they signed a permission slip agreeing to round-the-clock surveillance in order to go home. That's wild. Absolutely insane. And honestly, doesn't sound remotely legal, but, it's Texas, so What are you going to do?
Weren't these the same people who kept screaming that masks were unconstitutional when someone forced you to wear a mask so you don't kill grandma? But now, like, you can't leave the place to go sleep in a bed unless you sign some freaking permission slip?
Permission slip, which gives them the right to have an armed guard escorting you everywhere for round-the-clock surveillance.
Yeah, no, that seems like a little bit more of an infringement than having to wear a mask if you want to go to the movies.
That can't be true because Texas is all about small government.
Like, what happened, Texas? Like, what seriously happened? Like, you guys used to be cool. Like, everything we make down here is huge and we have freedom. No one's ever taken over Texas. Like, the guy in D.C. wants us to do what? Like, yeah, no problem. We'll do it. Like,
I'll tell you what happened. Evan Smith got traded to the Cardinals and they stopped winning. Turns out C.J. Stroud is a myth.
Oh, don't get it.
All right. So all the Dems ended up signing these petty little permission slips, except for one, Rep. Nicole Collier, who represents Fort Worth, who refused to take this BS sitting down. No. Unlike the rest of those trolls like the governor, Nicole stood tall, parking herself right in front of the entrance to the chambers by herself for roughly about 20 hours, and it's still going now. She was allowed to head back to her office for the night, but not home. So, still weird. Luckily, I just read an interview saying she's got plenty of dehydrated peaches or some such nonsense because she can't go out to the store either. So, the bill for gerrymandering is passing through the small house. It's heading to the main house, possibly as early as Wednesday, where it's expected to roll through with priority shortly thereafter.
I'm not going to lie. I like what she's doing. I think it's awesome. I am actually pissed that more Democrats did not do the same thing and stay there with her and just left her there by herself.
100% agree with you.
Like, this woman's doing the right thing. She's staying there, and everyone else is like, well, no, I'm just going to go home and go to sleep. Like, F you, man. Like, if it was a bunch more than one person, this would make even more waves. Like, and the fact that they can't stand with theirs, like, Republicans heard the whole thing, grab them by the pee. They're like, no, that's still my candidate. Versus these Democrats, like, I need to go home and get 8 hours of sleep. Like, F you, dude.
Better than that. If you had all 6 or 8 of them, however many there were, and they all just said, screw it, we're staying. A, it's a bigger story. And B, think of all the fun you could have reenacting the January 6th guys that they were all so hell-bent on releasing. Think about all the things you could have done to that whole cabinet side of it.
Like, they're in there just taking dumps in the desks of the Republicans.
Yeah, writing their names in feces on the wall like it was all those proud brand new ICE members.
Sorry, I didn't get a bathroom pass. I relieved myself in your record book.
How funny would that be to be like, we didn't have any other opportunity to use our facility?
They all come in like in the morning, like, what the hell happened here? It's like, and they just go full Shaggy defense. Like, it wasn't me.
Yeah, and the best part, they can be like, there was nowhere I could go. Ask my armed security keeping me here. had to drop this hot deuce right in your chair.
I mean, the only worst wasted opportunity is probably Subway, but you know.
They had a chance to cause some true havoc where news reporters had to report on this.
Yeah. And
so,
F you guys.
Shame on everyone but Collier.
Yeah. For the fact that you guys didn't stand with her, that's disappointing.
Yeah, that's weak sauce. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I know what you're thinking. If every vote counts, gerrymandering and redistricting shouldn't really matter that much, right? So check out this cool fun fact. While Texas is the biggest and reddest state and absolutely synonymous with conservative Christian values, their voter registration actually suggests otherwise. Texas has 17.5 million registered voters, and only 38% of those are Republican. That's right, 46% of their population is registered Democrats, with about 16% unaffiliated. So technically, there are 1.5 million more Democrats voting in Texas than Republicans. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
That's insane. Like, you gotta be working overtime.
Buddy. So, So I ask myself, Eric, why the hell is Texas always just a slam dunk for Big Red, right? The answer is gerrymandering. You figure out where all those evil Democrats live, and spoiler alert, it's wherever the colleges are and where the rest of your state's income comes from. Then you divide and conquer by drawing lines to either split vote totals or contain them to one particular area, giving you and your evil, corrupt party more seats with less votes. It's a crummy way to rig a system, but technically, it's legal. So what can you do about it?
Why is that legal? Have you looked into this?
I have. And you know what? Was 3 years ago? Democrats tried to end that? Put up a bill to end gerrymandering?
Well, it's communism, so.
Yeah, well, it was socialist then.
Yeah.
Now it's just savvy business.
It makes sense, man. Like, will of a people and such, and I don't understand how you can be a Texan and understand that your representation is trying to take away your voice for some dude in office who's out there just hunting down people at the Home Depot, at the immigration hearings, and like members of a community, and hasn't enrolled in a single MS-13 gang. Like, for some reason, like, no gang busts have been ever mentioned. Like, it's always like, yeah, he's a gang member. Like, dude, he's got a soccer ball. Like, F you. Like, he literally was a professional soccer player. Like, they haven't rated any major MS-13 sites. Otherwise, like, that'd be all over Fox News.
He's literally an American citizen who was born here going to college right now. You're like, Brown, doesn't matter.
My guy runs Trump Burger, like, gone.
To the Gators.
Wild.
So again, I ask, what can you do with this crummy system where this is technically legal? And I turn to our new savior, future President Gavin Christopher Newsom, who had the great idea of saying, we're just going to use the same sleazy tactics because the high road doesn't work anymore, so screw it, we'll show you how low we can go. So, I'm a big analogy guy. Let me run this one by you. Let's say I'm a boxer, right? And I know the guy I'm slated to fight against is using steroids. So I can either send him a strongly worded letter condemning his actions and get my head caved in, or I can plunge that needle square into my bum cheek and we'll find out who the real man is at the end of the night. Know what I mean? So Newsom is on his first cycle of whatever they were pumping into Drago in Rocky IV because he's already working on the gerrymandering deal. And he's basically said he's going to leave it up to California. I think no matter what Texas does, he's slamming it through and going, they want 5, we're going to gerrymander 5, and then the rest of California is going to be up for that vote. And honest to God, I hope he goes full tilt boogie. Playing by the rules against somebody who cheats, it doesn't work. It never has. It never will. You just got to even the playing field.
No, it's also dumb. I mean, again, you're trying to take away the voice of the people. Like, if the things that you're passing are supposed to be so popular and everybody wants it and everybody needs it, then let those people voice their opinion about it. Like, stop trying to change the outcome of it. And it's not just in Texas. They've reached out to multiple other states. I mean, they're overstepping their bounds in many different ways. And the next thing, we'll get more into that one later. But asking multiple states to change it, like, not even, what's his name? Who's the guy? Mike Johnson. Even Mike Johnson said, like, they should leave out how states should draw up their lines. Like, they should leave that up to the states. And these guys are overstepping them. Like, everything should be with the states until it's time for us to do something. Like, you can't pick and choose. Like, it's either small government or ginormous government. Like, you can't have both.
Well, you can if you're only worried about yourself. So, honestly, I love that Newsom's saying we're going to put it up to a vote. We're going to let the people of California decide. I think that's a little too far of giving on our side, and I think he should just absolutely pressure wash the red off of his big, beautiful blue state. And speaking of that, have you been following the Newsom's attacks?
I wouldn't call them attacks. very exact same thing Trumpy Boy's been doing for a while, and it's about time. And I'm happy to see the fact that someone else is using that exact logic against him.
Yep, Newsom. If you're not following, if you're living under a rock, do yourself a giant favor. It's the best thing you'll ever see. Newsom has basically started a Twitter account for his secretary's press office, and he just types in all caps and just says Trump stuff. It's amazing. Down to, like, you read it and you hear Trump's voice, because his big, beautiful blue state is calling him tiny hands, just full blown using Trump own tweets against him. It's incredible. And it's driving conservatives insane. Just watched an interview on Fox where some representative was like, the guy's supposed to be running California. How can he be so childish and petty? They are so close to getting it. They're almost there. It's almost touching, but it's still just right over their heads.
Like, it's wild. They just keep doing this whole thing. Like, that's very unpresidential from a possible candidate. Like, you big idiots. Like, he's literally imitating the guy who's doing it. And I don't know. I think they all know. They just need to, like, pretend that everyone that they speak to is mentally retarded.
Yeah. When the lie's big enough, you don't have any option but to just keep going with it.
Yeah. And in case you haven't seen any of the Gavin's, tweets, we're going to be using one of them, because he's also doing pictures. So go ahead and just Google Gavin's tweets and everything else there. But he's also doing memes, and he's doing memes in the style of that Trump's been doing. And the one that we're going to be using today, it's essentially him and the ghost of Hulk Hogan, Kid Rock, and someone else, I forget what it is, like, with their hands on him. And someone from the Republican Party, like, tweeted at him, is like, oh, look, that's so blasphemous. And Newsom replies back like, ooh, sorry, meant to post this. And it's a picture when Trump put himself as the Pope. Like, if you can be fine with that, but you overreact to Angel Hulk Hogan touching Gavin Newsom from beyond the grave, like, no. This is very partisanship politics.
Yeah, it was an absolute slam dunk. And Newsom, I don't know of another politician who's got that that kind of venomous bite the same way. Like, snarky, which can turn some people off, but at the same time, you walk away, you're like, killed him. That he absolutely murdered that man.
Like, game recognizes game. Like, if someone does something from either side, you gotta recognize, like, that's pretty good. Like, we should have thought of that one.
That third man was Tucker Carlson.
There it is.
Thanks,
so, again,
Jamie.
I don't have a picture in front of me, but it's going to be the artwork for the podcast. So you guys will all be able to see it. And honestly, look for the rest of him. It's Newsom, like, riding a giant bald eagle. It's him bare-chested. It's with him, with Melania next to him, and he's wearing the little red MAGA hat, except it's make Melania something bum, but instead of a B, it's a C. Again, do the math, do the English on that one. But yeah, they're all bangers.
He also just posted one of J.D. Vance as that Australian break dancer.
Yep, saw that one.
Not gonna lie, guy's on fire. Next president.
Kudos to that press team. But let's go back and check out the situation in D.C., the place where all of these memes are directed to. And let's see how we're doing. As Republican governors of Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee said on Monday they were deploying troops to Washington, D.C., days after the Republican governors of West Virginia, South Carolina, and Ohio did it as well. So keep in mind, we're deploying more National Guardsmen for might not see this, but there are air quotes, crisis, in a place where crime rates are going down. So as things are going down and improving, like, you don't add more protection. It doesn't make sense. And Trump also announced a federal takeover of the D.C. police force as well. Again, this is more government overreach, and we're not reacting to this when the same as, like, when Joe Biden did anything. Like, he's like, I don't know, man, maybe we shouldn't make this deal with China. Like, that's government overreach. Like, it was dumb. And even though the Army has actually come out and said that the troops will not be armed, a National Guard's spokesperson later said that the troops may be armed consistent with their mission and training. what kind of a mission and training requires you to draw M16 and fully automatic crew-served weapons on a U.S. population?
Well, I can answer this one. This weekend, I played an away game and went to a Nats game and bought my tickets through a third party. So find me now, Palantir. And it was an absolute war zone. There were men walking around with shorts with 5-inch inseams.
My God.
There were people of numerous different cultures and colors just enjoying dining outside. It was a nightmare. It was literally, sorry, it's hard for me to really get over my PTSD from this. It was a nightmare. It was the exact war zone they were saying it was.
Were they all using the same water fountains?
The nation's capital is lost. I'm telling you. And if you can't tell, we're being absolutely sarcastic. It was a glorious weekend, hotter than hell, but glorious weekend. And everybody just sort of laughed at all these National Guardsmen just doing nothing.
I gotta be honest. I don't know how National Guardsmen operate, but it's like, if we got sent into something like that, I'd be like, this is stupid. Like, you're walking around there, it's just a bunch of tourists, like, putting the penny into the little penny smashing machine so it looks like the Lincoln Memorial as it comes out. And they're taking pictures of, like, Washington, and they're out there just looking at all kinds of sites. Like, it's not a massive crime wave down there. This is dumb. Like, we're using more and more government resources, and you're telling me that there's too much government spending, and yet in a place where crime is going down, you're sending more and more troops. Like, explain.
Well, from what they've said, they're thinking Baltimore, who's also way down in crime, is up next. And then they're also looking at Chicago. I don't have Chicago's crime rates. I'm assuming they're still through the roof. That place scares the life out of me. But yeah, all black governors. So I don't know, maybe, or all black mayors. Maybe it might have something to do with it. I don't know.
So, in case you remember, it's the governors of Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee that are deploying more troops. Can you tell me who's got the most violent crime rate?
Are we going totals or per capita?
Either or.
Well, if we're going totals, I'm guessing it's probably one of those cities if you're looking at it because they have more people.
It is one of those states. Yes, it is.
But if we're going per capita, it would be all of those weirdos sending troops up this way.
Yeah. It's Mississippi and the other states of high violent crime rates: Alaska, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Tennessee. Are any of these states blue bastions, or do you think they lean a little bit more towards the red?
It sounds like they're all real big on government overreach, so I'm guessing they have to be all blue socialist states, right?
Not a one.
Oh.
On the bright side, one of the lowest property crime rates, I found this out while researching, is in West Virginia. And when I first say this, it sounds like a big win for West Virginia, unless you've ever been to West Virginia and realized that the reason for the low property crime rate is because when your property can be classified as a vehicle or a house, not too many people are breaking into it.
You know, I hear the contempt in your voice that they're counting their trailers as homes.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like they should all be releasing their National Guard to fix their education departments.
Yeah. Like, a guy from South Carolina is sending, like, national troops up here, like, homie, there's a hurricane headed for the area. Like, you might need to assist North Carolina real quick when that thing gets hit. But instead, we want to go stop the people in D.C. walking out the Smithsonian.
Yeah, it is kind of wild that they're now deploying them with this hurricane on the way. It's and from everything I've seen, it looks like it's picking up speed.
Well, it's the Democrats, and they're controlling it with the Jewish space lasers. You know, a couple things are going bad. But on the bright side, everything in the city is now safe, and business is booming. It's the effect that Trump has on everything he touches. In an unrelated article, research by Open Table found out restaurant attendance was down every day last week compared to 2024. Numbers of diners are dipping by 31% on Wednesday, 2 days after Trump ordered the National Guard to patrol the streets of Washington. And honestly, if you don't know how the fact that a Humvee rolling down Mass Avenue might affect people going out to eat, I don't know what to tell you, man.
What were those states that sent us? What were the states that sent troops?
It would be
to the DC area?
Right up top, it's Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Ohio.
All right, way too much. All right, looking at education, Mississippi's at 40, South Carolina's 41. Did I hear a West Virginia?
Certainly did.
5. Where else did we have? Alaska?
Uh-huh.
9.
How's Ohio doing?
Ohio does have a couple colleges, and that doesn't help their score. It's still at 35.
Yeah, what's it called?
This is like your house is on fire, and instead of trying to figure out a plan to put it out, you call to complain about the height of your neighbor's grass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes no sense. And at the same time, Stephen Miller's out there on Fox News screaming about how DC is worse than Baghdad. And I mean, if you wanted to go to your local steakhouse, the line there is about 1/3 less than it was last week. So I guess individual experiences overseas may vary.
Well, he also might be thinking it's Baghdad because a lot of these restaurants are also no longer serving these people. And they tend to let out whenever one of them shows up in public and protesters just show up to tell them how terrible they are. So maybe in that case, it's like Baghdad.
Did Don Jr. open up his $500,000 million exclusive club where they can be racist together and eat?
I think it's open already, but I'm honestly, I don't know. It sounds like it's in the basement of a parking garage, so I've never been more pro-hurricane in my life.
I do love it when all these alpha males need a safe space.
Just need to be able to talk like men. Like, I'm scared of everything.
Oh my god, the darks are around here. Like, quick, to the $500,000 pad. Boom. Let's talk about transgender kids.
But I'm also scared of the elite whites. The ones who went to college and aren't terrified of everything like I am. Oh no! A pink-haired girl's making my coffee!
Like, things in another state that I've never visited are somehow affecting my life.
Also, don't look into how my mother was an immigrant who falsified her visa.
It's wild. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up today, but we've been working on a little special episode for you guys on Thursday. It's a deep dive into something that I first started looking into it a little bit. It's about something that happened in Nevada. And the more you get into it, the wilder the story becomes. And gonna launch that one on Thursday. Just had to put a couple finishing touches on it and see if anything else develops on that end.
Yeah, it's a wild story. We need to get a couple facts checked before I just ramble off and just start assuming things and making it up.
Yeah. My name is Alex Midway. I have no suicidal tendencies, so if something happens between now and Thursday, it wasn't me.
I'm Eric Halsey. It was me. What's the worst you can do, buddy?
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.